When most people think of surviving extreme cold, they picture modern sleeping bags, thermal blankets, and insulated pads. But, the soldiers who fought through the brutal winters of the Second World War didn't have any of that. Many went into sub-zero campaigns with thin coats, worn boots, and supplies so scarce that frostbite claimed more lives than enemy fire. Yet in the middle of those frozen fronts there was a method that kept entire patrols alive. A method not built on equipment but on knowledge. Veterans who used it could rest in the snow without freezing, outlast blizzards that wiped out better-equipped units, and conserve vital energy during long nights when the cold became the real enemy. And this method is so effective that outdoor survival instructors still teach it today, even with all the technology we now have. Before getting into the technique itself, it's worth remembering that World War II cold wasn't a gentle winter chill. At the Battle of the Bulge, men froze in their foxholes with their rifles still in hand. On the Eastern Front, temperatures were so low that diesel gelled into wax and steel snapped like bone. These weren't conditions you tough out. They were conditions that exposed ignorance instantly. The soldiers who survived didn't survive because they were stronger. They survived because they learned an old trick that preserved warmth better than any gear they could carry. And if you spend time outdoors, hike in cold weather, or prepare for emergencies, this forgotten hack can work for you just as it worked for them. The core trick was learning how to harness shared body heat in a controlled, strategic way. When supplies ran low and temperatures plunged, soldiers relied on a method commonly called the buddy heat system. Instead of sleeping alone in the cold, where body heat escaped into the ground and air, they used the combined thermal output of 2 or 3 men to maintain warmth. This wasn't about piling together for comfort. It was a disciplined technique with structure to it, refined by Finnish ski troops, Siberian regiments, and mountain units from several armies. Soldiers slept pressed back to back, not chest to chest. This mattered because the back is the broadest, flattest surface of the body, and pressing 2 backs together maximised heat transfer without causing the sweating that chest contact often triggered. Sweating in sub-zero temperatures was dangerous because moisture would freeze into the clothing the moment separation occurred. Back-to-back contact allowed the body heat to pool between individuals while keeping airflow minimal. To apply this today, the method works best when 2 people sit or lie down with their backs firmly against each other, legs curled, hands tucked inside clothing layers, and feet pulled close to the core. This conserves extremity warmth, which is usually the first part of the body to lose circulation. Even without a sleeping bag, 2 people can retain astonishing levels of heat using this posture. German soldiers learned this quickly after realizing that lying directly on snow meant waking up colder than when they started. The goal wasn't comfort, it was preventing conductive heat loss. You can replicate this even in modern emergencies. If you find yourself without a sleeping pad or insulated bag, gather anything dry. Leaves, pine needles, cardboard, newspapers, fabric scraps, and layer it between you and the ground. Even a 2-inch barrier makes a dramatic difference. Once you've insulated the ground, the shared body heat system becomes exponentially more effective. The trick remained reliable because it used biology, not gear. The average human body radiates roughly the same amount of heat as a small electric heater, about 100 watts. 2 or 3 bodies together create a heat zone that can rival high-end thermal equipment. World War II soldiers discovered that even in temperatures far below freezing, a group of soldiers using this technique could sleep without frostbite when better-equipped units without this knowledge froze. This wasn't magic. It was physics and biology working together. And unlike equipment, body heat doesn't break, freeze, or run out of battery. As long as 2 people are alive and breathing, they can generate enough heat to survive conditions that would otherwise be fatal. This World War II body heat method is still one of the most reliable cold weather survival strategies on the planet. Whether you are camping in harsh winter, stranded with a broken sleeping bag, dealing with an unexpected temperature drop, or practicing emergency preparedness, this technique remains one of the most dependable ways to keep warm. It requires no gear, no technology, and no training, just the willingness to use the principles soldiers relied on during some of the coldest campaigns in human conflict. If this breakdown of a forgotten World War II survival method gave you new insight into real fieldcraft and the ingenuity our predecessors used to stay alive in the harshest conditions, make sure you subscribe to In the Beginning and share this video. Keeping this knowledge alive isn't just about history. It's about being ready when it matters.